Hi, my name is Caitlin Ho, and I'm going to tell you guys about my experience traveling to Dubai and how something as small as my ethnicity affected my trip so much. So, not a lot of people know what it's like to look around a room and see that no one resembles yourself. For some, this may be difficult to understand, but for me, I've dealt with this my entire life. As an Asian American, I'm often misunderstood. What are you is a daily question that I face, and instead of people being able to look at me and understand, they have to ask in order to know where I came from. When I tell them that I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, the next question that always follows is, okay, but where's your family from? I know from the beginning their initial question actually means, what ethnicity are you? But I never give them the answer they're expecting, because I am in fact an Asian American. Everyone has a reason to feel alone in a crowded room, whether it's your religion, race, political views, etc. We have all experienced this loneliness. In the United States, it's second nature to know that we're the land of the free and home of the brave. But when traveling outside the borders, no longer can we walk around with care, but we have to take into consideration our beliefs, ethnicity, and everything else that makes us, us. First, I'm going to talk about what it's like to travel to Dubai and the insecurities that followed me off the plane. About a year ago, I took a trip to Dubai over spring recess for a week. As I stepped off the plane, I realized that there were people staring. I looked at my friends that I was with and I realized that people were staring because they wanted to know why I, an Asian, was walking with a group of white people. I tried to shake it off, but the uncomfortable stares seemed to be a common theme throughout the entire trip. Going through customs, they tried to separate me and my friends because they didn't know that I was part of that group. And when I told them that I was with my friends, they basically said, oh, and with a questionable look. The first thing that my friends and I decided to do after settling into our Airbnb is to go to the Dubai Mall, which is the largest mall in the world. The 1,000 people walking around was overwhelming, and I started to notice the locals were giving us dirty looks. A lot of stares had to do with the fact that we didn't look like them. We weren't dressed like them. We weren't carrying around Chanel purses and red-bottom heels and wearing hijabs or any type of head cover. We understood that in their culture, it's respectful to be covered head to toe and have minimal skin showing. Even in our jeans, our sandals, and arm-covered shirts, we were still getting looks on our appearance. Then I noticed that it wasn't just at the mall that we would get looks, it was everywhere we went, and I quickly came to the realization that we were not in America anymore. I met some really nice people and they began to tell me more about their culture, and I was shocked to learn that men are superior to women. Oftentimes they refer to their significant other as property. Prayers can be heard from everywhere at sunset, and women must be covered from head to toe. Public affection is frowned upon, and public intoxication is actually illegal. After hearing what I heard, I was shocked, and I became more cautious of everything I was doing and almost felt like I was walking on eggshells. I, of course, got asked by some of the locals where I was from, and of course, when I said America, the next question followed as usual. I felt more out of place than I've ever felt before, and as beautiful as the city was, I wanted to go back to the States really bad. As a kid, it took me a while to accept the fact that I was different, but going to a foreign country, I felt the disconnection more than ever. My story ends with learning that this feeling of vulnerability not only stands in America, but is exemplified in other parts of the world. I know for a fact that I'm not the only one who feels this way. Like I said before, we've all felt alone in a crowded room. No matter where we are in the world, there's always a possibility to feel alone, but knowing that you're not the only one in the world is the most important things I've learned from this experience. I hope my story sheds light on this topic that is often overlooked, and I hope you guys keep in the back of your mind that someone is always feeling this way. Making sure to let people know that they're not alone is a big way to change this problem. The experience has changed my life for the better, and now I understand that other minorities have it a lot worse than I do. I'm so grateful and proud to be an American Asian.